They were fighting again. Not about love, not about betrayal, just a coffee mug. And yet, that tiny mug was about to crack 20 years of marriage. Could you, for once, just rinse your cup? Linda's voice cut through the morning quiet. Her husband, Tom, was already tying his shoes, ignoring the mug in the sink. "It's just one cup, Linda. I'm running late," he said without looking up. "It's always one cup," she shot back, "and then it's another, and by the end of the day—" "Linda, please," Tom interrupted, his tone sharp now. "I've got a meeting. We can't do this every morning." Her lips pressed tight. "Then stop giving me a reason to." Tom grabbed his keys, muttered something under his breath, and slammed the door on his way out. The mug stayed, cold coffee rings circling the bottom, like a symbol of their routine, messy, and unfinished. That night, the pattern repeated. A comment about the laundry, a sigh at the dinner table, the TV too loud. The same old tension filling the air like invisible smoke. "Are you seriously going to watch that again?" Linda asked, arms crossed. "I just need to relax, okay? Can I have that without being interrogated?" Tom snapped. "You call sitting there all night relaxing? You don't even talk to me anymore." "Because every time I do, it turns into this," he said, throwing the remote on the couch. Silence. Thick. Suffocating. The kind that hurts more than words. Saturday morning. Tom wanted to fix the leaky faucet. Linda wanted to go to the farmer's market. They both thought the other never listens. "You always have something else to do when I ask for one simple thing," she said. "And you always have to schedule my weekend too," he said. "Can I breathe, Linda?" "You know what, Tom? You can have all the breathing space you want." And she walked out, slamming the door. Tom stared at the closed door. He didn't chase her, not because he didn't care, but because he didn't know how anymore. That afternoon, Linda sat in her car outside the park. She wasn't even sure why she drove there. The radio was off. She just needed silence. The good kind of silence. A young couple walked by, laughing, holding hands. She smiled for a second, then sighed. When was the last time she and Tom laughed like that? She remembered how he used to leave her sticky notes. "You're my morning sunshine," back when they were newly married. Now, the only notes were reminders. Pick up milk. Pay bill. She didn't cry. She just felt empty. Anger was easier than sadness, she thought. That night, Tom came home to an empty house. A note on the fridge. "Went to Mom's for a few days. Don't worry about me." He stood there, staring at it. The kitchen felt too quiet. He noticed the leaky faucet, still dripping. Plip, plip, plip. Like it was mocking him. He walked to the sink, picked up the same coffee mug from 2 days ago, and just stared at it. He suddenly realized how ridiculous it was. All those fights about mugs, towels, dishes, TV shows. But deep down, he knew it wasn't about any of that. He remembered the first apartment they lived in. They used to fight then too, about bills, takeout, whose turn it was to walk the dog, but they'd always make up, always laugh it off. Now, every argument felt like a small war. No laughter, no apology, just silence and distance. 2 days later, Tom drove to Linda's mom's house. When she opened the door, her arms were crossed, same as always when she was angry. "Did you come to argue some more?" she asked flatly. He shook his head. "No, I came to listen." Linda blinked, unsure if she heard that right. "I realized something. We keep fighting about little things because it's easier than talking about the big ones." Linda leaned against the doorframe. "Like what?" "Like how I feel unappreciated. Like I feel no matter what I do, it's not enough." Her eyes softened slightly. And you think I don't feel that way too? He took a breath. Probably, but I never asked, did I? She looked down. I got tired, Tom. Tired of talking to someone who wasn't listening. I'm listening now, he said quietly. And I want to keep listening, even when I don't like what I hear. Linda's eyes glistened. You really mean that? Tom nodded. I do, but I can't fix it alone. A new start. They didn't hug right away. They just stood there, two people finally standing on the same side for the first time in years. That night, back home, the faucet still leaked, but instead of ignoring it, they fixed it together. Linda held the flashlight while Tom turned the wrench. Remember when we used to do things like this all the time? She asked. Yeah, he said, tightening the screw. Back when we fought less and laughed more. She smiled faintly. Maybe we can start again. Tom looked up at her. Starting with rinsing my cup? She laughed, really laughed for the first time in a long while. Yeah, that would be nice. 1 week later, morning sunlight spilled through the kitchen window. Tom placed his empty mug in the sink and rinsed it. Linda noticed but didn't say a word. She just smiled quietly and poured him another cup. Tom looked at her, and for a moment, it felt like they were back to who they used to be, only older, wiser, and a little humbler. Sometimes it's not about the dishes, or the volume of the TV, or who forgot the trash. It's about wanting to be heard. Every argument hides a deeper sentence we're too afraid to say. I miss you. I feel invisible. I just want us to be okay again. When love starts feeling heavy, maybe it's not love that's broken. It's the way we've stopped listening. Because in the end, relationships don't die from the big fights. They die from the quiet distance in between. If this story touched your heart, give it a like. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to Mindset Matters for more stories that remind us what truly matters in life. Until then, keep listening, keep loving, and keep growing.